Alright, so I needed to get on here to show you guys how to do something from the Desmos notes that a lot of you, I think, struggled with. So um, if you did fine with this, then you don't need to watch this video, but if you don't know what you're doing, then you definitely need to watch this all the way through before you do the McGraw-Hill assignment today, or else you probably will struggle again and not do super well. Okay, so what I have here, I've got two screens, essentially doing split screen. So if you don't do this while you're going through the Desmos notes, I would highly recommend that you split screen it. So I've got my Desmos notes over here on the right, and I've got a Desmos graphing calculator over here on the left. You can always find the graphing calculator through your Clever homepage, or you can just Google Desmos graphing calculator. Okay, so I know I said this in the little videos on the Desmos slide, but I'm still thinking some of us struggled, and it could have been just a matter of like we did pull up the Desmos graphing calculator, but we didn't type in the function right. So we need to complete this table. So on the left side, my x's, that's representing my input, and then p of x is going to be my output. So when I put 0 in for x, what do I get as an output? So I want to create the table for p of x. So I look over here, p of x is equal to 6 times x squared. Okay, so I use my Desmos graphing calculator. So I'm going to type it exactly as I see it. P parenthesis x parenthesis equals 6x, and then I don't know if you just don't know how to do the exponent there. I know that you can get the little calculator buttons at the bottom. I tend to just use the keypad, so if I want to use an exponent, I do shift 6, and then that raises me to the exponent spot, and then that's where I put my 2. So again, I put my function in line 1, and then in line 2, I'm using my different inputs. So instead of p of x, I want to, what is my x that I'm inputting? So first up, I would do p of 0. Okay, I don't even have to finish my parenthesis. It gives me an output of 0. So I'd come over here to the table, and I'd put 0. Okay, then I need to figure out an input of 1. So I'd erase the 0 and I put a 1. Well, that gives me an output of 6. Come back, get rid of the 1, put a 2. Now I have an output of 24 for next to 2. Then I just keep doing this. So instead of 2, I now put in a 3. It's 54. And then I go to 4, and it's 96. So it's a little tedious, yes, but this is how you're going to guarantee that you're getting the right answer. A lot of days I can't even do in my head, so I would recommend you definitely need to do this on the McGraw-Hill assignment and see how much easier it is when I use the split screen, because I know that it's super annoying having to click back and forth and remember what you're typing in. So if you do the split screen, then you don't have to remember anything. You can see both things at once and easily fill out the table. So you would do that and finish out your p of x, and then on the next slide, I needed to figure out or create a table for q of x. So I'd delete all of those in my Desmos calculator, and now I type q of x. I'm not really sure why it's like shaking like that. Okay, so I've got q of x equals, this is 3, and then x is my exponent, so I'd hit shift 6 and then put my x. And now I would put q parentheses 0, and I get a 1, so I'd put 1 over here, and then instead of 0, I'd put a 1, I get an output of 3, so then I'd put a 3, next input is a 2, so I'd put 2, and I get an output of 9, so I'd keep doing this all the way through an input of 8. So hopefully that helped if you didn't know how I meant to use the Desmos graphing calculator. Just make sure that you are pulling it up. I noticed some of us we're flying through these Desmos notes, and it didn't look like they ever pulled up the calculator. So if I recommend pulling up the calculator, I say so for a reason. I'm not telling you to just do it for fun. So you will have to use this technique on the McGraw-Hill assignment today. So hopefully you watched. If you have any questions, let me know. I need to figure out how to